I tip my hats off to you, good sir. Touche, touche. Your top 1% bracket kicked out the King of the North out of the top 1% bracket after he'd finished his crossbow god roll weapon video, having his tea time, you know, just relaxing. And then I load the game up to realise the top 1% bracket of salt mines is 3.28 mil. It's skyrocketed. That's all right though, because I come on right away and instantly breach that 3.28 mil pretty easily, right? So there you go. It's going to go back and forth, back and forth. I'm putting out videos. I'm hurting myself, lads. I'm showing you the strats to get you better, to then beat me, and then I've got an extra secret in my back pocket to then best you. See, when somebody tells you the secrets, always remember, when somebody's telling you secrets, they often have 5 extra secrets in a back pocket, which I've got an extra 5 secrets that I'm not wishing to reveal with you today, but I'll reveal you with you some things. So this is a top 1% strat on Titan. All right, so we haven't done a Titan run, so we are doing a Titan run. So let's get that damn card up. Bungie has changed the event. You're allowed to use boons for free. So the whole event now is a speed run. It's now turned into Speedrun City because it's not execution really anymore. Well, it is execution, but it's basically doing the run as quickly as you can, whilst understanding all the mods and such. Right? I did tell you that when Bungie changes the event, I said it a few days ago. The top 1% bracket would breach 3 mil very easily, and it has done that. Right, card. Right, you blueberries, get this card right. If you don't get it right, you'll never be top 1%. You'll never be top 1%. Right, Banes. Freddy Banes are easy. Glass Cannon is a solo damage bonus. Best negative mod to run. Deadly Stasis Fret because it's 5. Blasts because it's 4. All Ammo Famine because it's 4. Match Game is 4. These mods are evil. Right, they are, but your only other choices are grounded and slow and small. These mods are eviler. I'm evil. Don't use me. Slow and small will knock you out of the top 1% bracket. Don't use me. I can't kill the captain if you pop me on. Does that make sense? Very easy to understand, isn't it? You just don't run these two, lads. What are you doing? Don't run it. You'll never beat my score with those. So, you need to run these mods. That is the best configuration possible for any build at all. You never run 2s. None of that stuff. It has to be 4s and 5s. Right, next column. Pressure Cooker, because it adds a lot of reward. Multiplayer. And it gives 15% time bonus. Burst weapons only. I'll loop back to that in a minute. No starting ammo. Yeah, you need to put that on. If you don't, you're losing score. You need to run max card. Brawn and Extinction Revives. Yeah, that's what you use. Extinction Revives bugs out if you use Battlefield Promotion. You are not allowed to use Battlefield Promotion with Extinction Revives. That's the culprit mod. And finally, boon stacking. You need boon stacking. I've got Brawler, Full Throttle, and Solar Surge on. I believe that to be the best combination for what I'm doing on Titan. There are other different boon stacking situations, but on Solar Titan, what I'm doing, this is the best way of doing it. Full Throttle's 100% damage bonus at 100 stacks. It stacks for 1% for every ag killed. So if you've got 50 stacks, it's 50%. If you've got 70 stacks, it's 70%. And so on and so forth. Brawler's a massive damage bonus. Bungie has removed Protected Banes, which means the whole run can be quicker now than what it was. This is why people are getting higher scores, because they've made the event a lot easier. Well, they've made it easier, but they've made it harder to get the top 1% bracket, because everybody's going quicker now. Alright, coming back to this. Burst weapons only. Reason why is because it particularly says fusion rifle. So it says fusion rifle, linear fusion, pulse, shotgun. I wanted to use a fusion rifle in this. Why? Because, well, we've got a little fusion rifle called Bastion. Bastion stuns unstoppable champions and it one-shots taken blights. So my idea for this run was, if I want to go quicker on Solar Titan, I was like, I'm going to go Bastion. I want to use Bastion, but the problem with that is I've got to use a pulse rifle and a linear fusion. However, the build is that good and strong, it doesn't matter. Now look, I haven't had time to ornament my Titan. My Titan looks awful. I'll admit it, my Titan looks rats. I don't know. I just haven't had time to ornament him. So we're using it with Worm Gods. So we're on Solar Titan. Yes, Hammer of Salt. There's a reason for this run. Yeah, all this run is manufactured on purpose. Particularly with salt mines in mind for the final boss and such. Thrown Hammer, Healing Aid, Aspects were Sol Invictus, Roaring Flames, Fragments are Ember of Torches, Ashes, Solus, Empyrean, just a standard solar stock Titan. So, yeah, we're using Bastion for that utility on taking blights and unstops. Yeah, there's other ways we could have done this, but I went with that. And we're using a pulse rifle, Wyvern Gaze. Yep, the top 1% bracket is more demanding now. So adding debuffs and stuff like this are handy for when you're dealing with the most wanted target if you don't kill him in time, for example. So I put that in that a pulse rifle, because if there's weapon kills, you don't understand. If there's weapon kills in your run, you need to kill adds with weapons. The side objective must be completed. I have to use a linear fusion in the heavy slot. It's a throwaway weapon. It's a throwaway weapon, don't worry. The build with Worm God, Solar Titan and Bastion and Wyvern Gaze Pulse is going to do everything for us. Armor mods, right, double hands-on, melee font, double heavy-handed, solar resist, arc resist, concussive dampener, kinetic weapon surges, kinetic scav, special finisher if I need it, a Reaper, Bomber, who cares at that point, artifact mods, nothing matters. Nothing matters artifact-wise, that's why this build's so good. Literally nothing matters. I mean, you've got Elemental Days there, but who cares? It literally is all in one package, this. So this is the top 1% solo strat for Titans, yeah? I've got that cushion lead again, and again, I'm shooting myself in the foot by making a video tonight and telling you, this is how you do it, because you're going to beat me again in a day or two, and I'm going to have to whip out my next secret. I'm going to be running out of secrets at this stage, but you do what you do to be in that top 1% bracket. It is what it is. It's now full-out war, and I will not be bested. I'm not like other content creators who'll just roll over and say, hit me again, beat me again. I will not settle for top 10% salt mines. This is war, and you've now begun it. Top 1% will be dialed in and locked in for that final day of this event, and I would have to be incapacitated for you individually, yes, looking at you, to beat me. There isn't no way. You can copy my strats for now. We can give you bits and pieces, but when the true day comes, you won't have a chance in the salt mines, and that really just is it. On with the run. Okay, it's time for me to re-earn my top 1% solo salt mines, because you have knocked me out of it. Let me re-earn it quickly, very fast. Alright, kill one ad, get combat fatigue right hand side, pay full attention to this run if you want to emulate top 1%. Right, we're going to build up some Worm God Fists here. We're going to melee the Blight, two-shot the Blight. Then what we're going to do is go to middle, pop a heal and nade, what have you, and then just throw your hammer at all the ads. Yeah? Uncharged melee or hammer, doesn't really matter. Yeah? And you're just going to melt down the unstop with your abilities, because we haven't got unstop in our kit. Well, we have, but I haven't got ammo. Yeah? And you're just going to take care of all the ads. There's no protective banes. You need to go quickly. Whilst it is easier, the event, by not having protective banes, it's harder for to get a score because everybody's going quicker now. You need to go quickly. You need to go fast. Whether it's easy or not, each room, it doesn't matter. You still need to go quick and execute properly. Right? And I didn't even execute that room properly, fully. I would say it was about 70% good. There was a couple of hammers missed. There's heavy ammo to my right. I'm flexing. I don't need it. I don't need the heavy ammo pack, and we're wasting time and score by getting the heavy ammo pack. Right, go and two-shot the Blight. One shot if you've got Worm God Fist procced. Burning Fists. Then you're going to get some more Burning Fists. And look at that, you're three-shotting. You're three-shotting the unstop. I haven't got ammo yet. I haven't got special. I'm looking at my special ammo progress bar. Yeah? When we do get that special brick, I want to pick it up. I don't want to leave it on the floor because ammo's scarce in this one. Not that it matters, but it is handy for later on. Yeah. Okay, on Blights and stuff. And we've got unstops to kill, right? And Bastion's obviously unstop. Now then, high value target time discussion. If you skip this, I'm pleased because you're not going to get to the secrets. There is a bug with the high value target, and he is less likely to spawn in if you are amplified and you sprint through the cavern. This is a cavern. You can see it's a salt mine cavern. See that ad there? Did you see how he delayed? See these ads? They're delaying. I'm on platform PS5 console. You need to wait. You need to wait and kill all of these ads in this room. Boom. Once you've done that, start making your way into the cavern. I have means tested this tonight. I have had the high value target spawn up 3 times in a row doing this strat. This is a way of spawning in the high value target. More likely, it is RNG. Take your time. Build up full throttle. I've got 47 stacks on ads. Kill all the ads in this room. Take your time. Take your time. And then when you go around this corner, zoom, fast. There, he's there, look. He can be there. There we go. Sometimes he's round the other side. Wyvern gears. He puts a bubble up. That's fine. I do a mini hammer and then super. Because the super stun locks him. Super's a little bit better in my opinion because it stun locks him like. Look. And even if he TPs, he will die to sunspot damage. If he TPs, he will still die to the scorch. Do you understand? There we go. We get rid of him. Now I want super. This is all part of the strategy because we want to kill down the boss quicker. And on Solar Titan in particular, this is the quickest way you can kill the final boss. Because we can bypass his shield. Run to that blight. Like, really run to it. Because you're now timed. We've got the high value target. We've got the good RNG. We now need to back that RNG up with a fast clear here. There we go. Bastion goes in with the quick stun on the unstop. Then he gets melted. Then it's melee. We need hands on. We've got double hands on for this. Super regeneration. Look. Left hand side. Watch this trick coming up. It's a very advanced technique. Because I realised I haven't got enough super regen and I course correct. Watch for the course correction. This is advanced stuff. I know that there's an ogre spawning in. I'm going to use and suck up his health bar into my super. Watch this. I haven't got super. I'm not prepped. I won't have super in time for boss. Boom, watch this. Whip out the primary. Do chip damage. Look at that. Look at the chunk. There you go. I didn't melt the ogre with the melee. That was the mistake. It was better. Well, it would have been a mistake. It was better to chunk him with the pulse, chip damage, to suck up his health into my super bar. Yeah, it's a niche application, but it worked exactly perfectly for when I needed it right there. That was extra knowledge. Now watch this. Wyvern gears. Top 1% players. You should be using Wyvern gears. You don't tell me you haven't got Wyvern gears. Well, you can't be top 1%, can you? Look at this. Bypass shield. Bypass the shield. There we go. And we can melt him quickly. Do you see what I'm saying? Only top 1% players have a Wyvern gears primary on him. Or a shotgun. Or some sort of way to proc debuff. We're killing him quicker. We're doing the run faster. That is top 1% as of today. Titans. There you go. Incredible strat. Let's just see what he's come up with for the next few days. It's all out salt mine war now. That's what's happened.